Hey guys, good afternoon. It is now 2:53 p.m. New York time on Wednesday, May 24th. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Um, just another quick video here, and I'm actually just trying out a new screen capture software, so that's part of my intention here. But just wanted to post a quick video. We did have the FOMC monetary policy meeting minutes that came out about just under an hour ago, and the news was pretty much as expected. There was some comments about still wanting to tighten and this, that, and the other thing. Really nothing out of the ordinary. So I just want to take a quick look at a couple of pairs here in relation. So here's the euro dollar, and you can see here on these higher time frames, this appears to be a correction to this move down appeared to be a correction to an uptrend. So this is when the news came out. It did spike up a little bit. It's not really doing much, although I do anticipate that this pair will continue up and make challenge this high up here. Although it may not do it today. I mean, it's just there's really no liquidity in the market this time of day, and so but I do think ultimately, I mean, the euro has been strong, and I think this will go back up. As long as it doesn't take out these lows down here, then I would anticipate that this will go up. On the US Swiss, obviously it's just the opposite. This to me looks like the end of a correction. We had this little corrective move up, and again it is trying to go down. It went down initially, and then it's just kind of sitting here doing nothing, but I do think eventually this will go down, and probably will at least get back to these lows down around here. So from where it is right now to here, probably somewhere 50 something pips potentially. If this was the wave one down here, that's about 120 pips. So I mean, it could go further. I certainly do think, looking at the daily chart, that there's more room to the downside. The wave two is kind of subtle in here probably, but I think certainly this pair will go down more. The CCI definitely does reflect that. We had compressed going down, now we're kind of going up, spread apart. That's usually a pretty clear indication for another move down. So I am currently short this pair and long the euro dollar. These are not going to be long-term trades for me, but I probably will have to hold them the rest of today, I would imagine. We'll see what happens. So the big news tonight still coming is on the Kiwi. The Kiwi budget report is coming out at 10 o'clock Eastern time tonight, and so that will be an interesting one to watch. So I haven't done this before now, but I'm just looking at a couple of the pairs. Here's the Kiwi Swiss, and this looks fairly corrective to the upside. The Kiwi dollar, this is actually pretty interesting because the dollar is fairly weak right now. Although this looks to be the end of a trend here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But because of the weakness of the dollar, I'm not sure if this is really one that I'm anticipating the overall sentiment of the market to be negative on that budget release, and so that would generally cause the Kiwi to go down. But because the dollar is also fairly weak, this may not be the best trade. So I'll probably be looking at some of the crosses. So here is the Kiwi, Euro Kiwi, and again, this is appears to be in a correction. We've been going up here pretty substantially, really since the low here in late February. On the weekly chart, we took out these highs, and so this could be a corrective move down here. And I got this line drawn across here as a potential for where this might settle. It's kind of a good potential buying zone in here, so we'll see. But that if this goes back up, that certainly would fit the mold in terms of a positive for the Euro Kiwi, negative on the for the Kiwi itself. And on the pound Kiwi, now this has been going down since for the last several days. Here's the daily chart. The pound kiwi in general has been up, and even though this has had some pretty strong move the last since Monday. This was Monday, Tuesday. There's today's candle. We'll go down to a lower time frame. However, I do see that potential completion of a trend here, which could coincide with when the news comes out tonight, although we still have 7 hours. This is a 3-hour chart, so we'll draw a couple more candles here. Let's go down a little bit more. You know, the wave 2 is kind of subtle again, but you know, let's say it went down 137 pips. We've definitely cleared more than that so far, but we're sitting at about 140 right now. So on this last wave down, you know, I think this is just going to chop around. We may see it continue down a little bit more, but I would say the pound kiwi is set to potentially go up tonight at the news. I don't think it'll do anything the rest of the day. We'll probably just drift around, may drift a little lower. You know, as long as I don't see it kind of correcting sideways up, you know, suggesting another down move, then I may look to consider a long on this pair when that news comes out. Kiwi yen, again, this is a yen pair, so not always the most reliable because it can be so heavily influenced by the yen. But I do think that there's some potential for a reversal on this pair too. Although this is an ABC correction down followed by an up move, so again, may not be one that I look to. You know, this has been moving up pretty strong, but this is being mostly driven by weakness in the yen and not necessarily by kiwi strength. So, but you know, you could see this end and have this go fall off the cliff straight down here. So I'll look at this, but it's not one I'm going to be jumping on. Like I said, I'm probably not going to touch the Kiwi dollar. And Aussie Kiwi, so this would indicate if the Kiwi's weak, this should be going up. And you know, certainly this is an old labeling here. I'm going to take this off. I want to confuse things here. This is an old labeling, so this has been in a corrective move down here. So I can see the Aussie Kiwi turning back up. That this whole thing is basically an ABC finishing here. So anyways, the initial look, again, we're still 7 hours away, but the initial look, guys, is negative for the Kiwi. So perhaps I'll make another video maybe an hour or so before the news comes out and try to capture to see where it's at. If not, I'll try to do something afterwards, but that's how it looks right now. And that's about it. We'll check in later, guys. Hope you have a good rest of the afternoon, and I'll talk to you soon.